What's up? It is your boy Les Thomas, Nevertheless Thomas with Brand Squad Podcast. I'm here with the amazing Lily Corbin and Maddie Milo. What's up? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, you sure y'all good? Come on, y'all good?
Great.
All right. Hey, Lily, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma, so not too far away. I have 3 siblings. One is a twin of mine, and then, I don't know, I just hang out.
There we go. So Lily, she wants to make sure y'all know she's from Edmond, not Jones, Oklahoma.
Not Jones.
That's an inside thing. What's up, Maddie? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am from California. I have 3 siblings. I just got a dog yesterday.
Okay, what kind of dog?
He's a border collie and a Great Pyrenees mix. He's a little baby right now.
Boom. Love it.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
That's about all.
the weather, you like California or Oklahoma? I'm just asking.
That's not even a question.
That's not even a question.
No,
She said
you already
go
know
up.
the answer.
All
I
right,
don't even know
cool.
what to say.
So, hey, let's dive into, Lily and Maddie, and your childhood. Let's hear some fun facts. What's some of the things y'all like to do as a kid?
Oh my God, I'll always be in the trees. I was climbing every single
Climbing
tree.
every tree.
Yes.
You ever fall out of the tree?
Oh, all the time.
We need to hear the story. We need to hear at least one.
But when my grandma moved to Oklahoma, she lives right down the road. There's like this big sycamore tree in her backyard, and that she always be like, "Lily, don't go climb that tree." Obviously, I had to. Like
Yeah,
it
had
was
to.
like legally, I had to go climb it.
Legally.
So, yeah, exactly.
It was-
Absolutely.
So you're right. So I'm like climbing up this tree. The branches are pretty big. I'm like, I can just go a little bit higher. So I get all the way up to this one part of the tree. And, like, the branch was, like, I was young. I was, like, 9, so I didn't know better.
Yeah.
This one branch was, like, dark brown. I was like, that's weird. The rest of the tree is, like, white, but okay. So I,
Okay.
like, grab onto, dead branch, just fall right out of the tree. Like, I don't know. It must have been, like, 20 feet. Like, I hit
And
the
your
ground
grandma
hard.
probably, I told you.
Yeah, she was like, man, that's tough.
Hey,
Get up.
what they say, the old school saying, like,
Drink some
hard head
milk.
make a soft butt or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all never heard that before?
No.
I'm
No,
way older than
personally,
you.
no.
But it makes sense.
But plus,
I got you.
nobody gives them spankings anymore either, so, right?
My
All
parents
right,
be spanking.
what's up with you, Betty? Like, tell us, like, as a kid, what's some of the things that you like to do?
Well, before I rode, I played soccer for like 10 years, so my dad was always coaching all of us.
You cold at it? Like, you good?
I mean, I played for a while.
Come on,
so
there we go. It's okay to brag on yourself.
I got pretty good, I'd say,
Yeah.
after a while. But I also did dance, if anybody can believe that.
Okay, so what
I-
type of dance?
Well, I really wanted to do hip hop, but in order to do hip hop, you had to do ballet.
Yeah.
So that was why I quit.
So do you ever look at the Palm Squad here and be like trying to do the moves when they be moving, you be moving?
No.
You don't?
No.
So you gave up on that?
I gave up on that real quick. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be moving.
But, my mom liked to put me in. My parents put me in everything.
Yeah.
Acting. I played tennis. I even played baseball, actually. My dad coached
Really?
at my T-ball team.
Nice.
Yeah.
I played softball. This was all before I was, like, 10.
But I love it, though. I think it's good for children to try different things or whatever.
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite?
Definitely soccer. I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
But
You
I
ever
had
tried-
to pick one. I played soccer and rode for like a year, and it just
Okay. So we want to get into that, too. So, like, Lily, tell us about, like, your passion for riding horses. Like, when did all that start? How
Oh.
old were you? And
Well, my mom used to, like, I was probably, like, 3 when I really was, like, begging to, like, get a horse and ride. Because my mom
Yeah.
used to tell me all these stories about how she had this horse and she used to ride it around her property when she was young. And I was like, please, like, I want to be like that. And they were like,
Yeah.
no, sorry. And it took maybe, like, 4 or 5 years of convincing. And then on Christmas one year, I opened a present when I was, like, 9. And it was, like, a certificate for riding lessons. So
Yeah.
that's how it started. And just, like, spiral from there.
I think this is the first time I heard, like, you didn't come from a legacy of.
No.
Usually it's like my parents did
My
it. My
parents are
parents was a
trainers, yeah,
teacher,
no.
trainer, and
Yeah.
all that.
No.
Really? So that was just a passion you had on the inside.
Yeah.
Good thing your
It's like
parents listen.
destiny.
Come
yeah,
on, man.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What about you?
same with me. My parents almost didn't listen. They were like, "You're never getting a horse." First of all, my dad's a very competitive person, so he
Okay.
wanted me to be like on a team sport. Like he didn't know what an individual sport like was.
Yeah.
And I played competitive sports. Also, he probably wouldn't want me to tell anybody this, but he was terrified for me to ride. Like, he was so scared that I was going to get hurt.
Really?
He was traumatized by, like, watching this other lesson. One girl, like, it was raining and the girl fell off and her horse flipped on her and he was like, you're done. Like, you're not doing that. But
like, you can't get hurt playing soccer.
Exactly.
Dancing, all this other, yeah.
And so eventually I quit soccer and I got a horse and well, it actually started at a birthday party. That was their first mistake, was letting me have my
How old were you?
9.
9.
My 9th birthday at the barn. And I never gave it up.
So when your parents, I mean, one of the things I found out, you know, I'm still learning a lot about equestrian, but after your parents said yes and they found out how much it costs to train and to get a horse and to keep up with all that, like, what was that conversation like?
Well, I actually had to make Excel files and keep track of all the costs and stuff.
You did? What?
Give it to my dad after every show. Yeah.
You know, that might come back on you. When you become a millionaire, your dad might say, remember all that I had you tracking? What about you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't have to do any of the Excel stuff, but
yeah. Your parents was like,
hard combos for sure. My dad is not like a huge fan of animals in general. And so, obviously, it was fine when I was in high school, but, like, since being in college, I just sold my horse, like, 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Because he was like, it's gone.
Yeah.
You're done.
Was your dad having to take care of your horse?
No. My horse lives in Gainesville, Texas.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, so, like, no one here was taking care of it.
Yeah.
But
so what is it like, you know, taking care of a horse? What are some of the things? I mean, because, like, for someone like me, you know, I went to the country every once in a while as a kid, but I don't know much about taking care of them. And that's one of the things that I think really blew my mind the more I learned about equestrian, is how much care comes with the horse. So kind of tell us some of the important things about the horse and what you got to look for and keep up with.
Well, I mean, honestly, in, like, English industry, it's probably different than Western.
Yeah.
But for me...
The horses are different too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have, like, big, like, German warm bloods, and they, like, quarter horses mostly, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I was so like, my first horse, he's still the one I have. He's on the team here at Oklahoma State now because I just couldn't sell him, so I brought him with me.
There we go.
But
from California. Cool.
Yeah. But I just, like, wanted to be around him all the time. Like, I was just wanted to be at the barn, like, in his stall with him. Just, like, I would go there if I was having trouble at night, like, and just hang out with him. So that kind of led me to, like, be, like, I knew, like, every part of him. So, like, I knew if he had a cut and he needed to be, like, taken care of. I knew if he wasn't feeling good, like, if he was being quiet, if he wasn't eating. You kind of just learn their personalities.
So it's just like having a dog, but
yeah.
it's the same thing. Like,
exactly.
you get to remember and recognize, and you build a relationship where you can tell when something's not right.
Yeah. And they kind of know you too. Like, they'll learn your mannerisms, and, like, he learned to, like, kind of, like, when I was upset, he'd, like, cuddle up with me.
Really?
And, like, yeah, and not be too, like, crazy or, like, I don't know. They're very intuitive.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I'm very, like, particular about him. Like, even he's here now, and I'm like, I know, like, if something's wrong, like. Yeah. But in terms of, like, care during the day, I had groomsmen, so they learned to, like, they knew everything about him too. Like, they would feed him and get him ready for, like, lessons and stuff.
Yeah.
So he knew them also. But yeah.
So, like, in high school, let's go to high school. You know, we need to dive into Maddie and Lily's life a little bit. Let's get to know a little bit about you. What are some of the things you like to do in high school? Like, if I was to ask your 15-year-old friend, you know, when you were 15, tell me something about Lily and Maddie that I don't know. What would they say? Super cool, crazy.
I don't know. Honestly, for me, I feel like my high school experience was, like, really different because I went into a school where everyone had already grown up together.
Yeah.
So it was like an outsider looking in for the first 2 years of high school.
Because you lived in Edmond, but you went to Jones. Now, why did you go to Jones?
Well, my twin brother wanted to play football for a team that actually won.
Okay.
That's foul,
Twin brother. Okay, let's drop an anchor there. What is it like having a twin? I always wanted a twin.
Well, actually, it's really weird because growing up, we I mean, he always, like, so, like, if I did something bad, he'd be like, no, it was me, to my parents. Like, I would never get in trouble.
He would take.
He would take it
That's
every
so
time.
nice.
He a G.
Yeah.
That's what's
For
up.
real.
Yeah.
And, I mean, growing, like, once we got to, like, our, like, from 10 to maybe, like, 14, 15, we weren't super close yet. Like, I know everyone's like, the twins had the bond and whatever. We definitely had a bond, but now, I mean, as soon as we hit, like, driving age, like, we were locked in, like, on every aspect of life. Like, if he was going through something, I could feel it in my chest.
Wow.
Like, and I can still, even though he lives all the way in Virginia now, like, I can tell when something's wrong.
Yeah.
And
he's an athlete too, right?
yeah, he was.
He was an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took up too much of his time. But, yeah, I mean, that's just, even though, don't get me wrong, I love my other brothers, but, like, what I have with my twin is something, like, I've never experienced before.
That's cool.
It's amazing.
Do y'all talk every day?
Well, yeah. Well, no. Not every day.
Not every day,
Probably,
yeah.
like, at least twice a week. Recently, we haven't talked. I've tried to call him for the past 4 days. He's not picking up my calls, so I'm kind of worried.
What's your brother's name?
Jack.
Hey, Jack, your sister gonna hit you up here soon. Hey, so, Maddie, what about you? 15-year-old.
Oh, God.
What would your friends say? Come on now.
15?
Orange County, California, beach, sun. You like the weather better, obviously. What would they say?
Well,
Athlete?
I'm not gonna lie. It was probably like, if I was to look at me from like somebody else, it was probably like horse girl. Like, that's probably what it was.
Really?
I mean, I kind of like lived under a rock in high school. Like, I like had a ton of friends, but I just like was always busy. Like, I went to school, I went straight to the barn, and then I went home and did homework, and like I didn't really have a ton of free time.
Yeah. Well, it does take up a lot of your time, though.
Yeah,
right?
like literally I was
Like, y'all travel to, like, trainers, y'all will travel
and
3
horse
hours.
shows are like 10-hour days. So
Yeah.
like I literally, like I on the weekends, if I didn't have a show or like after I would have my lesson or whatever, I'd go to the beach.
Yeah.
But I really, if I wasn't at the barn, I mean, I have 3 other siblings too, so I was probably like at their games and stuff.
Yeah. What's their
But-
ages?
My little sister is 14. My little brother is about to be 17. And my older brother is 21.
Okay. So you're like in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
What was that
Second
like?
oldest.
What was that like?
Honestly, I really like it. I think me and my little brother, he's right under me. I think we're the closest. We have like that middle child, like we just get it. We're not the oldest, but we're not the youngest, so we don't get everything we want, but we're not the first to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, so our parents are kind of like more chill with us.
That's cool.
But yeah.
Y'all probably got away with a little more. Maybe?
Mm-hmm. Well, my little sister, she gets away
Oh,
with
the
it
youngest
all.
always. Shout out to, Maddie's little sister. Hey, so what was, at what point in your life, did you say, okay, this is something that I would like to continue, take it really serious and continue it onto the collegiate level? What age were you, or what year did it hit you that, like, I can go to school and do this?
I think I was 14.
14?
Like, as soon as I went in the 14-18 category, I was like, okay, this is too expensive for it just to be a hobby. I
Yep.
gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty much my mindset.
14, I
Yeah.
love it. What about you, Maddie?
Honestly, I really didn't think about, I mean, I knew I wanted to ride. I wanted to ride collegiately at first. I'd like seen all the girls like be at school, and like I was competing with these girls that are older than me, and I was like, I want to, represent a university with my riding, because I just think a lot of people don't even know you could do that in college. So I was like, that's so cool that I can actually do that with riding. But then I was like, I was getting closer to college. I think maybe my sophomore year, I was like, the recruiting process is a little bit like, I mean, it's different, but it's the same. Like, we send videos and stuff, and I was like, I went through it, and then I was like, maybe I should just take college, like 4 years of my life, and just be a student and like see what else like there is to do, figure out other hobbies I have, because I hadn't really done anything else.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I just should not ride for 4 years. And so I stopped the recruiting process. I didn't go on any like official visits or anything. And I actually came we knew somebody that used to go here, and his friend was the old athletic director. And so they just, like, gave me a tour of the school. And that's when I met Larry, and we had just gotten a new jumping seat coach, Carter, and they happened to be at the barn. I was there for fun looking at it.
Yeah.
And then, so I didn't come to Oklahoma State, like, on the team. And then in October.
Really? So you were just going to come as a student?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in October, the coaches reached out to me and were like, we want to have you on our team, and there's a spot for you if you're interested. And I was like, this is such like I was so homesick first semester. I didn't know what to do with my time because I wasn't used to having so much free time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is just a godsend. Like, I think I'm supposed to ride in college.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's kind of, I wasn't expecting to be on a collegiate team, but here I am. And I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly.
Yeah.
It's been
It was
the
supposed
best.
to happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up the recruiting process, your personal process. What about you, Lily? What was your process like? How did you end up at Oklahoma State?
Well, I sent my videos to coaches like everyone else does. I never really had like super nice horses. I always had young ones, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, I'm like that standout person at the show who's winning everything. I was like on my little 3-year-old trying to just get through.
Yeah.
But I started sending videos to coaches, and I went to a few recruiting camps and stuff like that. And it was actually like when I got the call, it was like a really funny story. So, like, I went to a camp here at OSU for I think like 3 days, and
Yeah.
I went home for one day, and I cheered in high school, and so we came back for cheer, like we had a cheer camp.
Okay.
2 days later.
During the summertime?
Yeah. I think it was in June.
Yeah, June. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was back here for cheer camp. I was doing my little cheer thing, and I was just sitting in like our room that we were staying in, and I get a call from Laura, and I was like, oh, this is weird. Like, I was just here, and like I pick it up, and she was like, we want to offer you to come on the team, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, for real.
Like, it was just like, I mean.
What year was that?
I was summer before my junior year.
Okay.
Of high school, yeah. I don't know. I was just like, if that's not a sign that I'm still like that I'm here right now.
Yeah.
While she called me, I don't know what is. So, yeah.
And we're talking about a program that has a crazy amount of great history, right? Breaking records. I mean, you have a coach that started the equestrian. I mean, I tell him all the time, you know, and whoever's listening out there, that man is going to need a statue for sure when he leaves.
Oh,
Now, of course, he would say, I don't need that, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, because he's so humble.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you know, you all have an opportunity. I mean, they just won a national championship in 2022,
Yeah.
right? Big 12 champion. I mean, I see you got the rings right here, right? Big 12 champion. I mean, to be able to ride for a program like at Oklahoma State, I mean, that had to be like huge for you all. I mean, here it is. You wanted to just be a student, and they're asking you to come to the team, and you're getting your offer. And cheer. Now, which one? Now, what did you? With cheer? Come on now. I didn't. You just brought that out. Now, you know, you just dropped that real
Yeah.
quick. Did you really like cheering?
Oh, I love cheering.
Yeah.
If you know what, if I in like another universe, maybe alternative reality, I think I would be on the pom team.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
That's
I
what's up.
love dancing.
So I'm gonna be watching you at the game to see if I see you moving.
Oh, yeah.
When they move it.
Yeah, have
Yeah.
to. Try to copy them.
When they put songs on at the meets.
Yeah, just catch me out there. I'll be dancing.
Oh yeah, yeah. At the next meet.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there, and I wanna see if Lily, if you're gonna be getting it. So as a student athlete, I mean, I think a lot of times people overlook the student part, and they just think about you being an athlete, and people forget that you all are humans, and you got a lot of work to do. And me personally, after going with the team to Florida year before last, I say that, no shot at anyone else, but I really think that the equestrian team is some of the hardest working student athletes because you still got to work out like everyone else. You still got to get your grades, right? But you have to take care of this animal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
And so you still have to do all these different things. So what is it like? Take us through a day,
Oh, God.
what it's like to be
Okay,
here.
you do yours.
Oh, boy.
Because you're ROTC.
Yeah,
you're
I have a
different.
ton. Okay, I don't even know. Because, like, every day is, like, a whole different story. I'll do a Wednesday. Like, Wednesdays are pretty
Okay.
busy.
Yeah.
So, I work out with the team Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I do PT with ROTC.
People
on
need to
Tuesday.
hear that. Like, y'all work out. They
Tuesday.
don't think they just riding these horses. Like, they
Yeah.
have to work out just like any other
6
athlete.
a.m.
Workout, yep.
Y'all aren't in the gym at 6 a.m. We know. So.
We know.
Boom. And y'all have like points where y'all go against each other and stuff too, right? Y'all used to have teams where y'all kind of like keep up with that.
Oh well, we have like different groups like in the weight room.
Yeah.
We have like 4 different groups, but we don't.
Oh, okay.
We don't really do that.
I mean, it's like
But-
friendly.
But yeah, my Tuesdays are more like ROTC based, I guess. So I'll do PT from 5:30 to 7:30, and then I have ROTC class from 9 to 10. Then I have another class from 10:30 to 11:45. Then I have another class, and then I leave straight from that class to go to the practice, and I'm there for 4-ish hours. And then after that, I go home, do homework. Wednesday, get up, do equestrian workouts, class, practice, and then I have a 3-hour ROTC lab tactical thing. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's a full-time job.
Oh, my God.
Like, you're working overtime.
Oh,
Never off.
real. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, much respect to you all for having to do everything that you have to do. So, you brought up ROTC. How did that come about? How did you join?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually a funny story because, so both my parents, like, honestly, all my family has been in the military. Both my parents were in for 8, 10-ish years. They did ROTC in college.
Okay.
My grandparents, everyone's been.
Okay. Yeah.
So when it came time to start applying for scholarships and do school stuff, thinking about college, my dad was talking to my brother, hey, like, let's get you going. Like, let's start applying for these, like, military scholarships. And at that point, I was like, I don't want anything to do with this. Please don't bring me into it.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? Like, since Jack's doing it, you might as well do it too. And Jack, like, prepared, like, he did things specifically for this.
Okay.
Like, so he was, not that I'm not qualified, because I am, but then he did things to, like, specifically prepare for this. I did not. I just did it because he was doing it. Had a full meltdown. Like, as soon as I submitted that application, I was
Really?
like, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it.
I really didn't know that. Like, I knew what my parents told me, but I didn't know. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
When you think about military, you think about war. So
Yeah,
that's what-
exactly. And I was like, so I had that, like, 30 minutes of, panic, and I was like, what did I just sign up for? And then I was like, well, you know what? I applied for it. Surely I won't get it. Like, I am, like, really, I'm a cheerleader. Like, what are they going to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just not expecting to get it. Well, then I got an email, and it was like, congratulations, you've gotten a 3.5-year national ROTC scholarship. And I was like, all right, okay.
That's cool.
So you don't have to commit to it or anything yet. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go my first semester. I'm going to take the military science class here at OSU, see if I like it. If I don't like it, I don't have to do it. You know what? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have other things going on. And I took it. I freaking love it. It is so much fun. The people are amazing, which, you know what? Everyone thinks those people are weird. They're not weird. Just saying it here first.
Say that louder for the people in the back.
For the people in the back, ROTC people are not weird.
Boom.
But it's great, honestly. Like, it's like the team is a family. That is like another family in itself. I have honestly never felt more motivated, especially at our workouts. I mean, everyone wants the best for you. They are cheering you on.
Yeah.
Like, that lights a fire in me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm
Rowdy.
just happy
It
to
gets
go.
rowdy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just happy to be there. It's a great time.
So are you looking to go in and be an officer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so next summer I will go to advanced camp, which is 30 days in Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Okay.
And you do a bunch of things there. I'm not even going to get into that. But if you do well, you get a good score. Everything else comes into it, and you have to list all the branches you want, specialties you want to do. And if you get a good score, you can get your first pick. And so I want to go aviation, which is like the hardest one to get into.
Yeah.
So I got to do really good.
Well, I mean, you learned a lot. If you think about, like, well, riding is so many disciplines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you've been really preparing for this moment through learning the disciplines of life with being on an equestrian team, and now in the military, it's a discipline on another level too. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Maddie, what's up? What did they look like for you? I mean, come on now.
Well, Western and English have opposite, like, practice times every day. So they block out, like, 4 or 5 hours for each of us. So, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have afternoon practice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday, Thursday, we have morning practice. So Monday, It's really hard to wake up on Monday at 5:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
My alarm goes off. We have to be at workouts by like 5:50, and then usually I go to training table.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just won't eat. And then I have class, 9:30 class, 10:30 class, 11:30 class. And then I don't have practice until 4. That is like such a blessing because I can go home and take a nap for like
Get a little break.
2 hours, yeah. But we do have to be there an hour early. So even though practice is at 4, I get there at 3. And then practice from 4 to 5. And then we're usually there for like an hour after to like clean up the horses and stuff. So yeah, we're usually there for like, practice is an hour, but we're usually there for like 3 to 4 hours.
Well, see, that's kind of the thing that really blew my mind when I went to a meet with you all was, you know, usually an athlete, most athletes, not all, but they get their uniform is out. You know, they don't have to like do prep like that. You all have to get there early, prep like at a meet. You have to put on your makeup. You have to get dressed. Nobody is sitting your uniform out where you walk into a locker room and it's there. I mean, then you got to, well, before that, like you all are up 4 and 5 in the morning taking care of the horse and then going back to your hotel, to your room to get dressed and come back.
Yeah.
So, you know, I commend y'all for being able to keep up with that because that's not easy at all. So when you do have some time off, when you do, what's some of the things you like to do here in Stillwater? Like, what's your favorite place to eat, favorite place to go, or favorite thing to do?
Favorite place to eat?
Favorite place to eat? It depends. Because, like, I love sushi. So, miso.
Me too. Yep,
Have
miso.
to.
Miso go hard.
Or, like, if we're just having, like, maybe a little bit fancier of a dinner and we're willing to spend some money, we'll go to Zanotti's.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I feel like Zanotti's is, like, famously known as, like, the equestrian team restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
You should probably go.
My family ain't took me.
If you
Messed up.
if you go, you'll probably see, like,
someone there, at least
someone.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, they're always talking about Zanotti's.
It's good.
But favorite place to go?
I don't know what really else there is to do in Stillwater.
I
I
don't
don't
either,
have much
honestly.
free time. So
Yeah.
if I'm not doing I'm definitely asleep. Like, there's
Sleep.
no way.
I used to be asleep. Now I'm probably, like, walking my dog around the lake or something, like, trying to get him to go to sleep so I can sleep. But I don't know. I'm from somewhere where there's, like, never-ending things to do, and so.
Yeah, that's hard.
So was it a challenge for you coming from like California to a small big town like Stillwater? I mean, was that a challenge for you? Because you said your first semester you were pretty homesick.
Honestly, when I came to like visit, I didn't like explore the like square of Stillwater, so I didn't realize how like small it was.
Yeah.
And then my first semester, it hit me so hard. I mean, honestly, I did want, like, a change. Like, I wanted a culture change. I wanted to, like, be somewhere that I probably will never, like, I'm, like, 4 years. It's temporary. Like, why not experience something different? So I did want that, but nothing could have prepared me for, like, how different it was going to be. I think that was the reason I was so homesick was because, like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I couldn't just, like, if I'm bored at home, like, in California, I'll go drive down PCH and, like, look at the ocean. Like, you can't drive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drive down.
You can go look at the lake.
You can drop that boom.
So, that was huge, like, a major difference for me. But being on the team has literally, like, changed it's helped my mental health so much, like.
Well, you inherited a family.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Immediately.
And people, I actually even joined a sorority. I rushed. I did formal recruitment in August of my freshman year, and even, like, all those girls, I was still, that helped, having, like, because I didn't know anybody coming here, not one person from California.
Yeah.
So that was different, because everyone here
What sorority is that?
Alpha Chi Omega.
Okay. I figured that was it, but I didn't want to mess it up because somebody throw an egg in my car.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Yeah.
That won't happen.
Yeah.
But, everybody here is from, like, Oklahoma or Texas, and so everyone knew each other, and I was like, I don't know anyone. So that was good to have, like, a little family, and then the team has just been, like, even better. I live with 3 of the girls now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just helped. It's helped so much, and I would not change it.
Got you. So we're about to come to the end, but I got a question before we leave, right? One, we're going to make sure we shout out y'all social media so everybody can follow you, right? But in April, what are you? What are you going to be in April?
National
champs.
champion.
Come on, you're gonna be what?
National
champs.
champions.
So y'all ready? Y'all preparing now? Y'all feel good?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, tell me what is the energy like? You
The
know,
season's looking bright.
Yeah.
Everyone's riding with some fire in them after last semester, so I think we're a force to be reckoned with this semester.
I see it in your face, like you saying this stuff, but I like feel your energy, like
Yeah,
you
I'm
want to
glad.
flip
I
the
hope they
table or
can feel it through
something.
the camera.
Yeah. No, like.
Yeah, feel good, Maddie?
Mhm. Yeah, we ready for
Oh,
this.
for sure.
Big 12's is coming first. I mean, we're
Yeah.
at Baylor
Easy.
Yeah.
in March.
Easy money.
4P, like.
Easy money.
That's,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Need
and
Four
another
P. So
ring.
y'all 3P right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
4P. Yeah. You know, I have brought a little something, you know, because I'm a national champion myself.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what y'all gonna get in April,
Yeah,
right? Come on,
exactly.
you know, what I mean, like, you know, I was
That's what
blessed to
we
be
need.
able to get one of these rings when I was there with y'all in Florida. But I'm excited about this year. I'm excited to be able to sit down with you all. You know, I'm looking forward to you all being a champion again in 4P with Big 12, and that's at Baylor, right? And that's in
Yep.
March,
Yep.
right? So when is that? March?
Honestly, great
It's like
question. Somewhere in the
It's
20s.
right after spring break, right?
I think like maybe the 25th.
Do
Yeah.
y'all get to go home spring break?
We have like 4 days off.
4 days, just a little bit.
So I probably won't go home. But a lot of girls get to. That's
Yeah.
the
I'll probably
downside.
go
Yeah.
So Maddie, have you found a family or a friend that, like, you know, when you do have a short break, because I mean, for you sometimes it's not worth going all the way home.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got some, you know, where you at least get some home.
Shout out
cooked
my
meal.
twin, my sorority twin Mary.
Okay, shout out to Mary.
She's from Stillwater, so.
Yeah, boom, home
That's
away
my-
from home.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you know, if people wanted to keep in contact with you, you know, tell us your Instagram handles, your social media, all that type of stuff. Yeah.
Instagram handle is the league Caroline Corbin. That's it.
I mean, I have a horse, like a riding account.
Yeah.
And-
Whichever one you can
Shout out
you can
my
shout out, you can shout out both.
A lot of people like follow the wrong one. I mean, I don't care, but a lot of people. My riding account is where like a lot of the Oklahoma State stuff is posted, so
Okay.
that's why I say that.
What is that?
It's just my name, Maddie Milo. I mean, they both are my name. One has a period in it, and one doesn't.
So which one? Your does not.
My
have-
main one does not.
Okay.
There's 3 Ds though.
So we're all confused. So they're gonna follow the wrong one again.
Just follow whatever
Just
you
follow
want.
both.
You don't
All
even
right,
have to
so
follow
one
me
has
at
a
all.
period. It's Maddie dot Milo, and one is Maddie Milo. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure hanging out with some amazing people like yourself, and it's Les Nevertheless Thomas with Brand Squad Podcast. We are out. Peace.